Hey everyone, this is TJ Sharpe, welcoming you to ZubiaLive's new clinical trials channel. Here we're going to talk about clinical trials, what they are, what your experience would like being on one, how to find them, and most importantly, how they can affect your health. For those of you who are unaware of what clinical trials are, they are the mechanism that every medicine you take gets approved by the Federal Drug Administration, either here in the United States or overseas in Europe and other countries that have a program that oversees drug development and sales. Every drug that you will see in a corner drugstore has gone through a clinical trial, and every clinical trial has had patients who have volunteered to test an existing medication or a standard of care against this new experimental treatment. Clinical trial probably sounds scary to a lot of people. The term lab rat or guinea pig is heard quite often when discussing what a clinical trial is and what the risks and benefits are. We'll get into all that later in the channel. I want to introduce you to the concept of asking your doctor or your physician about a clinical trial, understanding how to find them, and weighing if one of those is right for you for whatever treatment you're seeking. I am a two-time clinical trial participant as a stage 4 melanoma survivor, and I credit a clinical trial with saving my life and allowing me to watch my young children grow up. Clinical trials are not for everyone. Sometimes existing health conditions or a lack of availability of the trial can prevent a person from entertaining the option of a trial as a treatment. However, most clinical trials, at least here in the United States, go unfilled, and we lose valuable time and waste lots of valuable resources trying to find the right person for the trials and trying to find the right trials for a person. So clinical trial awareness is something that we hope to bring to every person here on ZubiaLive, knowing that you are here to better your health. And one very easy way to give yourself more options is to ask your physician, ask your primary care doctor, ask your specialist if there are clinical trials available for whatever ailment you have, and then speak with them and weigh the pros and the cons of your potential participation in a trial. Now, we're going to bring you plenty more content. You're going to understand, how do I get to a trial? What's involved? What are the risks? And how are the potential benefits weighed so that I know if a clinical trial is right for me? Personally, when I got my melanoma diagnosis, I knew that there was very little out there in the approved medical world here in the United States for clinical trial or for melanoma, but that there was many clinical trials underway for what are now called immunotherapies, drugs that actually treat a cancer by using your own immune system. And the only way I had access to those drugs at that time was through a clinical trial. Now, the landscape has changed in my disease, where immunotherapies are still available, or are available as a first treatment option. But clinical trials for people with melanoma, like myself and many others, are still a really good option to consider because they combine existing therapies that do provide benefit and potentially accompany them with a second or even third treatment option to see if there's even more benefit by adding multiple drugs or treatments. We'll go over what it's like to be in a clinical trial, the obligations you have, the safety and effectiveness of drugs, and why there are very strict rules in place for being a participant on a trial. Some of those which will unfortunately exclude part of our population. We'll also talk about what you can do to be more aware of a clinical trial for yourself or for someone that you love. Looking forward to educating you on all the details behind a clinical trial and how it fits into your health journey. For ZubiaLive.com, this is TJ Sharpe.